Fox News alert now on new concerns that what happened in Kenya could happen here at home, potentially. At least 68 civilians are now dead in a shopping mall. As the standoff continues now into the third day, Republican Congressman Pete King says that this should serve as a reminder to stay vigilant.
Al-Qaeda and its affiliates are still extremely powerful and are still able to really strike terror into the hearts of people. Attacking a shopping mall, it has no military significance at all. This is clearly an attack to terrorize and murder innocent civilians.
Peter Brooks joins me now, a former CIA officer and senior fellow for national security affairs at the Heritage Foundation, and Stephen Yates is former deputy assistant to vice president for the national security affairs and is the CEO of the D.C. International Advisor. Both have a lot of background in terrorism and the concerns that we have now here at home. Gentlemen, you know, we have never seen video like the video that we've seen coming out of this shooting. We've covered all of these school shootings. We covered the Washington Naval Yard the other day. But to get the sense of panic that these people are feeling as they're darting behind the supermarket shelves here, they have no idea where the gunfire is coming from. They don't know if they're safer to hunker down or to try to make a run for it. It's truly chilling, and it's such a Western environment that we're looking at here. No reason why this couldn't happen here at home. Peter Brooks?
Absolutely, Martha, and we need to be very concerned about that. You know, complacency is a killer. The Al-Qaeda threat, it still exists. This group, Al-Shabaab, has recruited here in the United States. There may be Americans among the militants that we're seeing in this, and this is a soft target. We've been talking about soft targets since 9/11, Martha, and it's something we obviously need to be concerned about. And intelligence and law enforcement and military action are going to be critical to maintaining our national security on these issues.
Stephen, we're heading into the Christmas shopping season, of course. It's going to make a lot of people think twice, and yet you don't want them to win, as we say, and to stop Americans from going about what they would be normally doing.
Absolutely not. I think that the only way we're going to begin to turn the tide on this is if we begin to have an honest conversation and real operational objectives where we target who are the people that are coming after us on these attacks, and what is driving them. Too often we focus on how they do it or the tools that they use, like in this case, guns. But as we learned on 9/11, terrorists without guns can have enormous impact upon us, and they have, since 9/11, really put a priority on smaller, soft targets because a great deal of terror is created by these relatively smaller incidents.
You know, the president has said that Al-Qaeda has been decimated, that they're on the run. There's been a lot of suggestions that the war on terror is over. It feels like anything but. In fact, it feels like the war on terror in all of these hotspots around the globe is getting worse, Peter.
Well, you know, Martha, I think when the president said on the run, he may have meant they were on the run to Africa and Syria,
exactly
away
right.
from Pakistan and Afghanistan. I mean, I think that was a misleading statement. Of course, he wasn't clear on he was talking about Afghanistan and Pakistan. But yes, we have tremendous challenges today in Africa with Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, Boko Haram in Nigeria, Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda in Iraq and the Levant in Syria and Iraq today. I mean, significant challenges. They go places where the law enforcement is weak, where there's chaos, where there's ungoverned places.
Well, that's the thing, Peter. You know, we're looking at
I'm
sorry to jump in, but I want to get one quick thought from both of you before we run out of time. We're looking at these scenes in the mall. What is there's no protection in a mall. There's no scanners on the way into the mall. I mean, as people look at this scene, what's the number one thing you think should be done to keep people safe here at home? Peter, and then Stephen, please.
Well, that's very difficult because you have to think about your civil liberties, your ability to move around, your desire to be defiant to these sort of threats. But the American citizenry, when they see something that doesn't look quite right, they need to let somebody know. And obviously, intelligence is critically important to getting these plots before they get underway.
Stephen?
Well, I think Peter's right on that last point about intelligence being very critical to this. We have to have, even so long after 9/11, we still have relatively weak coordination between intelligence and local law enforcement. We have a limited set of people in the world who are highly motivated to conduct these kinds of attacks. We have to get past the political correctness in our country and be able to give our local law enforcement the ability to target and be ready to defend against these kinds of groups.
And, you know, the chilling reports that some of these people could have possibly come from Minneapolis makes us turn our attention here at home in a much bigger way. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Stephen Yates and Peter Brooks. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.